century, we have witnesses new, dependent on the more active Polish-Jordanian relations. Some of the most significant events have been the following. In November 2003, Prime Minister Leszek Miller was welcomed in Jordan by His Majesty King Abdullah II. The most important event in the history of the Polish-Jordanian relation was the visit of the King Abdullah II in Poland on the invitation of the Polish President Aleksander Kwaśniewski in September 2004. President Kwaśniewski and King Abdullah II met also in New York in September 2005. A sign of good bilateral relations were three successive visits in Jordan: the Marshal of the Polish Senate, Bogdan Borusewicz, in 2007, 2009, and 2011. In September this year, President of the Jordanian Senate, Taher Masri, came to Poland. It is worth stressing here that in the recent years, Poland and Jordan have come closer in political, economic, culture, and academic cooperation. During my 3.5 years residence in Amman, as ambassador of the Republic of Poland to the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, I have been putting all my efforts to make bilateral relations between our countries even closer and better. Today's conference is not only an excellent possibility to exchange opinions on the current situation in the region, but it also provides opportunities to deepen even more relations between Polish universities and representatives of the Jordanian academies. Thank you very much, and I wish everybody the best to find the best way to make the relation between Poland and Jordan closer on all levels. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador, for this rather informative speech. And now I call on Professor N.J. Mania, Vice President of the Jagiellonian University.
Mr. President, Mr. Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, I was given 5 minutes just to share with you, my opinion with you. That I decided just to concentrate on a few topics which are important from my perspective, partly the perspective which was built not only by myself, but it's the effect of the contact with other oldest universities in Europe. Maybe some of you know that I am a representative university which was founded in 1364. We will be celebrating 650th anniversary 2 years from now. And recently, taking a part in a meeting of the oldest European university, we concentrated our discussion on the role of the university in contemporary world. Universities are the core of the society. It's the center of everything which is object of the activity of many parts of our society. Therefore, everything what I'm saying will say in a moment is representing the idea of the people who represented universities who had a sometimes chance, sometimes unfortunate, who had to live in the country in a very difficult situation. But universities as such survive even the most difficult moment in the history of Europe. And my university is a good example of that. That means that universities are playing very important role. I'm extremely satisfied I had a chance to present these few my remarks to you, to the university, which is growing, which is very vibrant institution. This is why I'm really excited by the fact. Let me quote some observation from my paper, which is unfortunately too long to be read. At first, let me say that the American economist Howard Bowen, focusing on his research on the economics of higher education, stated that there are 3 fundamental functions of a university and other institution of higher education, no matter what the size or prestige of the institution is. These functions are education, research, and public service. Education, as here defined, includes both curricular and extracurricular influences on students. Its purpose is to change students in both the cognitive and affective aspects of their personalities and to prepare them for practical affairs. Research, broadly defined, includes the scholarly, scientific, philosophical, and cultural activities of colleges and universities, as well as creative contributions to the art. The purpose of research is to preserve, acquire, disseminate, interpret, and apply knowledge, and to cultivate creative frontiers in arts and sciences. The clientele includes students, professional peers, various groups such as government, business, farmers, labor union, professional practitioners, and the general public. The public service activities includes healthcare, consulting, off-campus lecture and courses, work performed by interns, artistic performances, and exhibits, spectator sports, and so on. As you notice, I mentioned element of, let's say, public service of the university. We all know that education research is almost natural activity of all of us, but it's not enough today. We are too well prepared to serve to the society. We do not live in an ivory tower. We have to find a way to communicate with society and to be the professional commentator, advisors of everybody, of people who govern and to the society. That's why situation all over the world is required from the university to treat itself as an important factor of everything what is going in our countries. We are not separated from the world. We are in the world. And I was, for many years, the public service was almost neglected in the research on the university. But luckily, recently, OECD report Education at Glance 2010 mentioned this part of activity of university as an important factor. This means that not only we believe that we should be much more active in the public sphere, but so important institutions, and it was partly mentioned in the World Bank report, it was noticed that they should expect from us just to be in the center of the activity. The title of my paper tells that university is building the bridges. University is building the bridge between the society and research, between the students and the academia, between the modernity and the past. We have many links. I could enumerate the long list of the bridges which we are building, but it depends on us. We should want it. We should demand from ourselves to change our view and our approach to the world. University should find a way just to, I'm quoting a report of Mr. Barnett, another American famous scholar, that the university, the aim of the university is to provide connection between truth and knowledge, between knowledge and economic development, between tradition and modernization. Part of effectiveness in this field is the international cooperation. We all, guests who had the chance to be at this university, we are one of element of international activity of university. I am very satisfied that university is broadening contact with outside world, and we will do, at least from my side, I have to say that my university will do what is possible just to broaden the cooperation between our university. I remember that our university was extremely active in a difficult moment of our history, and in a moment of transformation which takes place right now with the Arabic countries, you have the power just to be the professional commentator, advisors to everybody, as I said a moment ago. But university is the place which should think about balancing transformation and tradition. This is the place when people should have the courage to think about future and changes, and should remember that the past is an important element of our identity. We are located in the history of the region. We are located in the history of our own countries. That means to be active means that you have to think about fantastic ideas which go to the future. At the same time, think about our past, which is a strong element defining us. That's why I strongly believe that it's time for your university even to play even more important role right now. And this conference is a good example. Just after Arab Spring erupted, we decided just to organize a conference which will open our minds to the ideas which were mentioned, discussed in many countries. Some elements are very dramatic, but all of them require to be analyzed, discussed. And all of us, mostly you, should understand and try to understand everything what is the most important element of the events taking place everywhere. Partly the same word I could say to colleagues in other parts of the world, because universities everywhere should be treated as a very specific institution, which is located inside the society, and which should play the important role in the process of the transformation, finding the link between the past. I wish you to be the effective advisor to the society, to government, and to generally to the public. We are serving to the public. I wish good luck to the university. And please accept my gratitude that I'm extremely satisfied I had a chance to be over here besides this short presentation. I hope that we have to talk to your president and invite him to take a part in the meeting, in the big ceremonies which will take place in our university in 2014. We will be celebrating our 650th anniversary of the establishment of our university. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. NJ, for the roadmap for institutional link and cooperation. I think this is exactly this vision what we're trying to implement this university. And the better person who's going to speak about this is the president, but you know, it's changed now, right now. And now I'll call on General Bokswa Patsik, the president of the National Defense University. Please.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, let me say some words after very famous Polish Jagiellonian University. It's very difficult to say something more. I would like to present our point of view as a president of Polish National Defense University. I'm very happy being here. Thank you very much for the invitation. Yesterday, I had a very nice meeting and occasion to present Polish point of view for Arab Spring history and everything what is going now. And today, I came here not only to present, I am here to listen to you also, because from not only science point of view, from normal point of view, we have to speak. We have to give our points of view, and we have to receive, we have to listen to your very significant, very important voice. National Defense University responsibility is exactly education to provide researches about defense and security issues. This is our main task. My Minister of Defense, our government, and not only they expect to receive from my university good advice, a lot of advices, exactly about security issues. And we have to prepare good recommendations. It's a good way to use conferences, to use meetings, researches, analyses, not only political point of view, to use science methods. This is why I'm very happy being here, because it's one of many ways to improve knowledge of our decision makers. National Defense University is going to make our best recommendations also for European Union, for NATO. We, Poland, Polish Air Forces, we are in Afghanistan. Some years ago we were in Iraq, long time, 5 years. We are in Kosovo, Balkany. We support many countries from this region also. Our responsibility as universities, of course, is give our best science product. Science means not only our Polish, but also everything what you can receive from Jordan. I'm very happy after the meeting from yesterday, not only because of my speech, especially because questions, opinions, because it's very good to give, and it's very good to receive also. I declared yesterday, and I would like to send my declaration today, we need to exchange professors, students, not all opinions. Security nowadays is problem not only in Europe, because for security, it's no borders. We understand everybody. If it's true, of course, we have to be closer. If we want in Europe to talk about Syria, about Iraq, Iran, Libya, we have to be closer. We have to touch the subject. And what is very significant from my point of view, it's not true that only Europe, only United States know what is true. We have to speak, but we have to listen to you, what is very significant for me. This is why I'm very happy. Thank you very much once again for the invitation. This conference is very important for me. I will transfer everything what I receive here to my minister. I am president of the university. I am advisor to the Minister of Defense also. And I hope that for my university it's beginning of the cooperation. But it's not the end. It's really beginning, and hopefully our next steps will be very fruitful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, General, for this great speech. And now I'll call on Michał Morkoczynski, Department of Africa, the head of the Department of Africa and the Middle East in Poland. Please, the floor is yours.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I should express my gratitude on behalf also the Ministry for Foreign Affairs for organizing this very important venture, which is a good symbol of growing interest in the bilateral relations of our country. And I should say that we appreciate it very much in our ministry. Ladies and gentlemen, the social unrest in the North Africa, which in the first months of 2011 led to the fall of regimes in Tunisia, Egypt, and Libya, have also set off process that in following years will shape the political landscape of the Arab and Muslim world. At the source of these events, enthusiastically labeled as the Arab Spring, one finds problems that have accumulated for a long time, and the existential challenges they pose have not met with the right response on the side of the governments sunk in apathy. The economic reforms, limited in scope or fake concessions on the liberalization of civil rights, have in fact served to petrify the authoritarian regimes in some countries. No conclusions were drawn from the transformation in the Central and Eastern Europe and the political opening of the European Union toward the southern neighborhood in the frame of the lengthy negotiation of the Barcelona process was not perceived as a mechanism for democratic transformation, but rather as a safeguard for particular interests of particular countries. For the Polish foreign policy, the events of the Arab Spring became an important challenge in the context of holding the rotating presidency of the Council of the European Union in the second half of 2011 and adjusting the earlier adopted priorities in the external actions to the new reality. Still, it was important to stick to the main concept of the dynamic and energetic presidency and to strengthen our position within the European Union. At the same time, we had to assume a very active and creative approach to the southern dimension of the neighborhood policy. In 1989, the process of transformation and rebuilding of Poland's position in Europe was accompanied by some regress in the relations with the Arab states in Northern Africa and the Middle East, which during the period of socialism for political and ideological reasons were the main partners for the People's Republic of Poland. Economic crisis and restructuring processes redirected our cooperation focus then to new regions, and for example, particularly to Libya, our contracts were discontinued. The political transformation in Poland did not inspire trust among our former Arab allies. Lack of significant presence in the region for the proper and economic diplomacy resulted in fostering the image of Poland as a poor post-communist country. While defining our policy towards the changes occurring in Northern Africa and the Middle East, given the lack of a significant political or economic potential for Poland there, we quite rightly reached to our own transformation experiences as a point of reference in shaping our relations with the new revolutionary governments. Our approach was double-tracked. Already in January 2011, at the debate in the European Union Foreign Affairs Council, we proposed to establish the European Endowment for Democracy Fund with the thought of supporting the building of democracy and rule of law in the countries of the southern neighborhood,